oh, that's great. Are we looking for mom or are we looking for dad? And then you can break it down into that. And then you can customize your voice messages based on that as well too. So you can really start to see all of the stuff we can do with Manychat. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we've got something pretty cool for you guys. I'm gonna teach you how to set up your own messenger bot, and we use Manychat for that. If you haven't heard of this, it's a chat bot. They've been pretty hyped for about a year now, maybe 2 years. A lot of info going around about chatbots. So it's finally time for me to show you how to use chatbots and how to create them yourself. In this example, I'm gonna make it for insurance, but you can take the concepts that I'm using and apply them to whatever business that you want. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'll go ahead and let you know that we pretty much focus all of our videos on advertising and marketing, and specifically for insurance, but a lot of it can be translated to other businesses. We spend a lot of our time going over paid traffic and a lot of time going over Facebook ads. But when it comes to Facebook ads, you can only be as good as where you're sending your traffic to. Chatbots are one of the great places where you can send traffic. If you've been living under a rock for the last couple of years and you have no idea what I'm talking about, well, I'll go ahead and explain really quickly what a chatbot is. So basically, you can create a robot that will have a conversation for you. It'll carry on a conversation inside of Facebook Messenger with potential leads and prospects that come to your chatbot, whether it be from a Facebook ad or whether you post it. However you get people to actually get into your Messenger sequence, you can then create a robot to have a conversation with them. And in this video, we're gonna create one that's going to be designed to get leads. So it's going to entice people that are interested in maybe getting a quote or seeing if they qualify for a certain type of insurance. Well, we're gonna actually entice them to give us their information, such as the main thing that we really want is their phone number, so that way, as the insurance agent, we can then call them and follow up and hopefully make a sale over the phone. Now here, in just a second, we're gonna dive right into my computer and we're gonna do a follow along, step-by-step screen share. You guys can see exactly how I set it up, follow along and have a chatbot ready for you, built just by going and watching this video. So when we jump into my computer here in a second, I'm gonna take you through on showing you exactly how to build out your flow. And if you have no experience with chatbots, what you need to do to get caught up with where we're gonna be is you need to go sign up for a website called Manychat, and that's www.manychat.com, and then sign up, connect your Facebook page, and I think I have a previous video showing you exactly how to do that, and it also shows you how to set up your greeting text. So if you haven't, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll link the video somewhere up here or here. And then once you're set up with that, you'll be all caught up for this video where I'm gonna go through and walk you through setting up your actual flow that you can use for the chatbot. And a lot of the things that I'm saying right now is gonna make more sense once we jump into my computer here in a second and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I just wanna make sure that you guys are all caught up to date with exactly where I'm gonna start for this so that you can just follow along with the video and start creating your own bot. All right, last thing, I'm trying to get a lot more consistent with my videos, and the more people I get to watch them, like them, comment them, and subscribe to my channel, the more I know that you guys are getting value from what I'm putting out there. I'm trying to come out and give you guys actionable videos that you can take, follow along with, and then see some results, get some money coming into your business. So all I'm asking is if you guys see some value from this video, please like it and subscribe. It helps me more than you could ever imagine. All right, thanks guys. Let's jump into the computer now. All right, everybody, we are now in the computer and this is what Manychat looks like. So we're pretty much just gonna jump right in. And a couple things I wanna explain. You wanna make sure that your Facebook page is installed. You're also going to need a pro account for what we do in this video. Pro for Manychat is like 10 bucks a month, so it's definitely not gonna break the bank. It's worth it if you know that you wanna do chatbots. And a couple things that I just wanna say as a precedent for you guys to understand with all marketing, really. In any of your marketing and advertising, you always wanna have some sort of incentive for somebody to do something. The type of advertising where you just put a picture of your logo or a picture of a beach with your name of your business out there, or just like the type of advertisements you see on some billboards or the type of ads that you see in magazines, those don't really work. Those don't really do anything. A lot of the times you'll see those being used really for branding, and they're used by companies that have really large marketing budgets. The way that you need to be marketing as a small to mid-sized business is basically what's called direct response marketing or direct response advertising. And that is that we have a specific goal or objective with every campaign that we create. Whether it's on Facebook, Google, billboard, it really doesn't matter where it is across any sort of medium or anything. You just need to have an actual goal, and it needs to be trackable. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting money. And when you have a goal that you want somebody that is a potential prospect, but like right now, they don't even know who you are. You're just potentially in the same city, same town. They maybe at some point in the future will want your services, but right now they don't know who you are. And where we want them to be is somebody that has figured out what we do, has decided that we fit with what they're looking for. So if that's a service business, and we'll just use insurance for this example because that's where most of my videos have been used for business, we'll say that we want to get them from not knowing who we are to having them be interested in our product, but also interested in talking to us specifically. And we want them to give us some way and consent for us to talk to them. And what this really looks like is them becoming a lead through filling out a form in some sort of way for us to get there, some way to contact them. Like the bare minimum, the easiest thing to get from somebody is an email. But realistically, as an insurance agent or whatever businesses that you're trying to focus on for this, you really want their phone number. And if it's something that you can sell on the internet, you want a purchase. But for a service-based business where you're actually going to have to sell something or your services in person or over the phone, we're really just looking for a lead here. And so the main thing that we're looking for, especially with building this, is a phone number. So we can contact them, give them a call, and actually let them know who we are and potentially sell them a service. So in order to get somebody on the internet or in person, whatever it is, through marketing to give you that information, you need incentive. You can't just use advertising and like talk about your products and think that that's going to be enough. You need something to actually get them interested in giving you their information. Otherwise, your leads, no matter what medium you're advertising through, Google, Facebook, billboards, like I keep saying, like TV, it really doesn't matter. If you don't have an incentive, your leads or the people's information is going to be really, really expensive. So this is a super classic one, and you guys probably won't even realize that this is an incentive or a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is just another word for something to like that you create. A lot of people will create like ebooks or PDFs or some sort of like value-based product that they can give to somebody for free in exchange for their information. And that's what a lead magnet is, if you've ever heard that term. But with insurance, a no obligation free quote will work for a lead magnet. Like somebody just getting you to put your time into giving them a free quote, that's enough incentive in some cases to actually get somebody to give you their information at a good cost per lead. Another thing that we can do with insurance is we can really kind of frame it as like a policy review some people will do, or like financial planning. They'll do like a financial review for people, and that will be great incentive. So really start to think on those terms of like, what can I be giving these people that's going to be value for them to give me their phone number and their contact information in exchange for that. And so what we're actually going to end up using is a hybrid between a quote and kind of like a policy review, and really just like see if people qualify and what tier they qualify for this insurance. So this bot specifically is being built for final expense insurance, which are seniors that can't typically qualify for fully underwritten. It really doesn't matter. You guys aren't interested. You're interested in the bots. But yeah, so we're going to be building this around ad copy that talks about I'm the insurance agent. I focus on this. There's several different types. Let's see what you qualify for. That's the lead magnet. It's really going to be my service and my time going into this to get them the best insurance for them, because typically the people selling final expense are independent, or they're with a company that sells a pretty good product, or they at least believe that they are. And so the service would be getting the person the right insurance. So with that said, that's what we're using for our lead magnet in this. And really just be thinking about that through advertising and marketing, is that you need to be giving somebody some sort of incentive if you want leads at a good cost. So that's how we're building this. And perfect, so let's just jump in. All right guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here in Manychat and we're gonna go to flows. And we are going to go new flow. and you're just gonna title this. So I'm just gonna call this FE, Insurance Qualification Bot. And just to give you guys an idea, the whole point of this would be to put this in a Facebook ad. So somebody sees some sort of ad talking about me and my services as an insurance agent in their local area, and that I can offer them the best. Just click in here and we'll see if you qualify and what you qualify for through Messenger. And then we're gonna build this entire bot out that's going to take them through a conversation inside of Facebook Messenger to where they think that it's actually me as the insurance agent talking with them and trying to figure out what type of insurance they would qualify for. It's gonna be me asking them a few questions just to see like what would be the best fit for them. But really it's gonna be this robot that we're building, this chatbot that's gonna be doing it for me. And then at the very end, it's gonna ask for their phone number, and it's all gonna happen, like when we run Facebook ads to it, it'll continue to come through without me ever having to go into and like mess with chats or anything. It'll just do it all for me. So that is exactly what we're building here. And Manychat is pretty easy. So you may actually be on Basic Builder, and I want you, if you are, to go ahead and come over here and click on Flow Builder, because this is the more advanced way to do it, but it's so much more robust and it just makes a lot more sense to build this way. And because I'm guiding you through it and showing you exactly how to do it, we'll just do it this way, and it will be easy for you guys to follow along with. So basically the way you think about this is somebody just came from a Facebook ad and now we need to greet them. So you start off every sort of bot with some sort of like greeting text. So we'll go with like, hey, and you can actually choose their first name so it knows who you're talking to. And welcome to Thomas Insurance Agency. Perfect. And then, so I actually have some notes out here written out because I just didn't want to come this unprepared. So I'm going to be looking at this and building this out for you guys so you guys can watch, and I'm going to explain exactly what I'm doing. Feel free to follow along if you want to build a final expense bot, but if you have some other business that you want to build this for, just take the principles and build your own. It's really, really simple. It's like as if you were to have a conversation with somebody on Messenger. That's just what you're building here. All right, so we got our first message and it's like, hey, first name, welcome to Thomas Insurance Agency. And then we want to add a delay. So it looks like we're typing. And for this, 3 seconds is probably good. And then we want to add the next message. All right, so like I said, this bot is being built specifically for somebody coming from an ad talking about me and final expense and different plans. So we really just want to get straight into it. When you're building a bot, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time just like doing small talk. You really just want to get to what you're going for. And so that's why you see us say, in order to see if you qualify for any of these very affordable final expense plans, I just have to ask you a few questions. I'm just setting the stage here so they know what to expect. I really want to guide them through just exactly like if you were doing sales. You want to set the tone right away, and you want them to know what to expect so that they flow through the bot very easily. And then we're going to do another delay, and then we want to ask them this first question, which is, who would be getting the coverage? And then we want to give them some options. And with options, you can either give them a button or what's called a quick reply. I personally prefer buttons because quick replies can be a little bit glitchy and sometimes they don't show up. The one negative side to buttons is that they could click like the first button and then they could also come back and click the second button, which would trigger multiple strings of the chatbot. But most of the time people aren't really messing with it too much and you probably won't run into that. So we want to give them options through here. Myself, spouse, or parent. Perfect. And then, awesome. So that is it for the first sequence or message. And now we need to start, you can see that through here, we're gonna start creating different strings and different strands. So now we need to create the next sequence. All right. So I like to start this with a delay. I always like to put these in just like it's the little details that make it so much more believable and so much like the difference between something that's going to convert and not. If you just message, people will just be kind of freaked out. So use the tools that are available to you guys, and this just like shows up as if you're typing. All right. Okay. Great. All right, and then we really want to, well, I'll build the first one out and then I'll just duplicate it over and make the changes. So we've got, okay, great. And then we've got a longer message. So I'm gonna delay this like 7 seconds. And then we say, give them a little bit of information about what we're talking about here. So these final expense plans are designed to pay for any costs at the end of someone's life. It could be funeral, cremation, any expense, we'll do any expenses that go along with that. And even a little extra as a gift for a loved one, if you want. All right, so we gave them a little bit of information here, and then next we're gonna hit them with the next question. The reason I put that there is just to break up the question so they don't feel like they're being interrogated. And so the next question is, we'll just do a short delay, text, and then we're going to do first name to make it more personal. How old are you? All right, so we've got how old are you, and then in the same one we want to have another delay. Then we're just gonna say, okay, thanks. Okay. And then we're gonna ask them about tobacco. Oops, let's do a delay here. And I like to say, it's okay if you do. Do you use tobacco? That way they're not feeling judged, and we really want an honest answer here. So that's why I would write it like that. And then, let's see. So the next thing is, all right, this is where we start breaking up even more. So we're gonna go yes or no. We're gonna give them the options just through buttons rather than them typing. All right, so here's where, follow along because it can start to get complicated. Not too complicated, but just a little bit. And this is why Flow Builder's nice, because you can keep it all separated like this. Okay. Let's zoom in here. We want to drag these to the correct ones. So we've got myself, spouse, and parent. Make sure it connects. All right, so this is spouse. We need to change this up. Okay, great. These final expenses are designed. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And this is for spouse. So how old is your spouse? Okay, thanks. It's okay if you do. Do they use tobacco? All right. And then we need to come in here and edit this last one for parent. So, okay, great. This is all good. How old is your parent? And I mean, you can make this more in depth and robust and be like, is this for mom or dad? And then how old is mom? How old is dad? But that's up to you guys if you want to do that. I'm just showing you guys how to use this and kind of do like the simplest way to start getting results. But there's so much you can do with chatbots, it's crazy. All right. How old is your parent? Okay, thanks. It's okay if they do. Do they use tobacco? Okay, and I think I need to change this one too. Perfect. Okay, so we have these all set up perfectly. So now we need to create our responses for this yes or no to tobacco. So we got a message. We'll put it right here. And then for if yes, I've got, okay, no problem. There are still a lot of affordable final expense plans for tobacco users. All right, and then yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. Okay, so we've got that, and then we need to create a if no. And we're gonna do perfect. That makes things easier to qualify for the top program. Yeah, we'll call it tier. Whatever you want to call it. because I go on here in a second and you'll see I explain like the difference for final expense between like level, graded, and guaranteed issue. And those are kind of like the 3 tiers I'm talking about with this bot. So yeah. All right, perfect. So I'll go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit better. We want to go drag to yes and drag to no. And we want to dupe these 2 times. One for here. And one for here. We want to dupe this 2 times. All right. So I want to make sure that this messaging works. So we're asking if their spouse uses tobacco. So okay, no problem. There's still a lot of affordable final expense plans for tobacco users. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so these are both acceptable responses for spouse and parent. So let's bring this over here. Okay. Perfect. And then we want these all to flow into the next message automatically. So that's where we need to go, right down here, and just click continue to another step on all of these actually. All right, perfect. Now we need to build the next message for this. And this one is awesome. So we're gonna start with a delay because we have a long message right here. And this is where a pro comes in. So we're gonna do a delay and we're gonna put it above this. We're not gonna do text, we're actually gonna do a voice message because this right here is the key. This is where we ask for phone number. And you can put a voice message inside of this bot that will get sent to be, it'll have your voice and it'll actually come across as though you just picked up your phone and sent them a voice message. So I'm gonna grab my phone real quick and I'm gonna record the message that I suggest you use if you're building this exact bot. Be right back. All right, this is super simple. If you guys have an iPhone, voice memos, that's the app, it's automatically built into your phone. Go check it out, it's amazing. If you have an Android, I don't know, you're gonna have to figure it out. I don't think they have a built-in voice memo. Some of them might, but hopefully you have an iPhone because it makes it super easy. But all right, this part's important, how you say it, because this is the very first time that they're actually like hearing your voice and you just want to sound like natural, but also like positive. So just like listen to me say this and then go ahead and use your own variation of this when you create this yourself. And you don't have to do voice message. I just think it works so much better to actually create trust, especially right at the point where you're asking for the phone number. So that's why I do it this way. Hey, thanks for all that. Hey, my name's Justin. I'm the owner here at Thomas Insurance Agency. Seriously, thank you for answering all of those questions. So far I've got a pretty good idea of what you're gonna qualify for and really like how these plans work. There's 3 different tiers that you could qualify for. The first one is called level benefit and that's the best. And then second is called graded benefit. And then the third is called GI. And in order to see if you qualify for any of these final expense plans, I just have to ask a couple health questions. And for your privacy, and because of regulations, I can't ask them over Messenger. I would just have to give you a quick call to figure this out. So what's the best phone number to reach you at? All right, so if you listen to that, I did mess up a tiny bit where I said and because of regulations, but I don't think it's enough for anybody to actually cause alarm. You wanna make sure that whatever you say flows and is confident. It's so important to be confident when you're asking for a phone number, not like it's that important or like serious of a question, but if you don't sound confident and you don't have this message down and you just sound like this is the first time you've ever recorded a phone message before, no, people aren't going to give you their phone number. So if you decide to go with a voice message route, which builds a lot of trust and will get you a lot more phone numbers than using text, make sure that you're ready to do it confidently. Okay, awesome. And then with voice memos, just shoot an email over to yourself and then save that to your computer and then go ahead and give it a listen and test it out. Hey, thanks for all that. Hey, my name's Justin. I'm the owner here at Thomas Insurance Agency. Seriously, thank you for answering all of those questions. So far I've got a pretty good idea of what you're gonna qualify for and really like how these plans work. There's 3 different tiers that you could qualify for. The first one is called level benefit, and that's the best. And then second is called graded benefit, and then the third is called GI. And in order to see if you qualify for any of these final expense plans, I just have to ask a couple health questions, and for your privacy and because of regulations, I can't ask them over Messenger. I would just have to give you a quick call to figure this out. So what's the best phone number to reach you at? Okay, perfect. So, truthfully, like for final expense, I'd probably redo that a couple times just to be a little bit slower because we're talking about people 50 to 85. And I probably would just practice it so I don't have to read it off so it sounds natural. So if you're doing this for real, that's what I suggest. But I'm gonna use this message just because it works for now. All right, so we've got this right here, and we have to give it some time for us to like actually say that. And you can uncheck this here so it's not actually typing. And then, perfect. So now we want to add audio, and then we just go into our computer and grab that. Okay, cool. So that's going to come across inside of the bot just as like if it was a normal voice message that I was doing myself. And then the next thing we're going to do is user input, because this is where we're asking for a phone number. And Facebook, or not Facebook, but Manychat needs you to put some like actual question in here. So we need to put some text. So what I like to put and what I feel like makes the most sense is to, first of all, we want to give them time to listen to this, this voice message. So we're gonna put a delay here, and we're gonna do, so I know the voice message is at least like 40 seconds. So I'm gonna do like a 10-second waiting delay. And then I'm also gonna put in a typing delay for me to type out this next thing. I'll just do like 5 seconds, and then I'll just be like, you can just type your number in here. Perfect. And then we need to set this user input to be phone. Nope. Perfect. And we want to turn this on. And then this is like a fallback message. So if they don't type it in correctly, or if they're like, no, I don't want to type it in, whatever they say, if it's not a phone number, it sends this message. So they have like one that you can use. Your number must contain this, but that seems like not natural if you were having this actual conversation. So I like to change it up a little bit as to something like I would say if it were me texting and I needed them to give me the phone number in a certain order that like would be read. So the thing that makes the most sense to me, and feel free to like change it and put your own message in here, is just something like, hey, my system is weird with phone numbers and only, let's see, we want to make it seem like you just say like my contact system. Actually, you know what? It really doesn't matter what the reason is, as long as you just give them a reason. So, hey, my system is weird with phone numbers. Can you write it in this format with only digits? I don't want to do like, so like I'm gonna be in Nebraska, so I'm gonna do 402. Okay, they'll understand that. All right, then you want to delete the skip text so that they don't get a message to be able to skip this, because you want the number. Like, that's the whole reason we're doing this. And then from here, that's perfect. Then we're waiting for a number, and okay, sorry, I need to correct phone number, do my And the other thing you could say is just like, sorry, I need a correct phone number. Do you mind re-entering it like this? That's another thing that works well. And then from here, once they give us that phone number, we're going to do another delay. And then we're just gonna finish it off with this text here. We'll give it like 5 seconds. And then just something like, thanks, first name. I'll give you a call as soon as I can. If you have any specific questions, let me know in here, or give me a call at and then leave your phone number. Perfect. You can put this little thing here. Okay, perfect. So now you've got their phone number, you know their name, you know what they're gonna qualify for, and now they become a pretty good lead because they've already been talking to you and they're gonna be expecting your phone call. So now what we need to do is we need to have these both go to this. And then we need to duplicate this 2 times. Bring one down here. We need to drag this and drag this. Bring that there. Bring that there. Awesome. Okay. And then we need to just make sure this fits. So again, this is for spouse. So we probably just need to change the voice memo to say, basically the only difference would be like, hey, I have a pretty good idea of what your spouse will qualify for. Again, like you can create more. So if it's like a spouse, we probably wouldn't want to do like different options. Is your spouse a man or a woman? That just gets weird and probably wouldn't come up naturally if you were actually conversing with them. So how I would probably word this message would just be like, hey, I have a pretty good idea of what they're going to qualify for, but I just need a few more questions. So you just need to change the word from what you're going to qualify for to what they're going to qualify for. And then same for this here. We just need to change this voice memo as well. And then you are all set. All right, so this was a relatively simple bot. It didn't take very long for us to make, and you guys can see that there's so much more customization that you can do with this. And the more customizing you do and giving them more options, so like, for example, I said if you do parent, the next thing you could break it down to, oh, that's great. Are we looking for mom or are we looking for dad? And then you can break it down into that. And then you can customize your voice messages based on that as well too. So you can really start to see all of the stuff we can do with Manychat. Again, this was built for final expense insurance, which is pretty niche, but this can be used for any type of business and any type of insurance. And I really wanted to just show you this because one, this is a pretty good converting bot. It's gonna get you leads if you are final expense and selling over the phone. But I just wanted to actually show you like what goes into creating a chatbot because it really isn't that complicated. And through building this chatbot, you guys have been able to see a lot of the different features available in Manychat. Like we use text delays, we use waiting delays, we use several different options it can go through. We use audio, which most people aren't using. So the fact that if you guys actually use audio in yours, it seems so realistic, like you're actually the person there. People will believe that the bot is you. which does a lot for building rapport and can be pretty good for warming up leads. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to show you guys exactly like what's included and to really show you that it's not too complicated, and for some people, building stuff like this is actually kind of fun. So if you're one of those people, dive into Manychat, get after it, build yourself an awesome bot as if you were having a conversation with a potential client, and it can just help your sales out tremendously in your prospecting and your marketing and advertising. Now at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, how do I actually get people to go into my bot? Well, there's several different ways that you can promote a bot and get traffic to go into it, and there's really one perfect way to do it that has worked the best out of all of our tests with Facebook ads. And I'm gonna save that for my master's group, my private members only group that I have. There's a link to it down below if you want it. If you're an insurance agent, it's all about controlling your advertising for insurance. So if you want to figure out how to start using this to get consistent leads on a daily basis, I would go ahead and check that out if I were you. I hope this video did a good job of kind of like unveiling the curtain on chatbots. They're not some complicated thing. They're really just as simple as crafting conversations and messages with people. So if it's something you've been wanting to dive into, I really hope that this video provided you some value and gave you some insight into like really what to be saying, especially if you're a final expense insurance agent looking to put this into your own business. Feel free, seriously, go ahead and take what I put here, make it your own, and use it for yourself. But yeah, from this video, you know almost all the features now included in Manychat, and you probably know more than about 95% of people out there about chatbots. It's a very foreign subject to people, so use that information wisely. All right, but all jokes aside, I really hope a lot of you got some value with this. You're able to implement this into your own business if chatbots and Manychat is something that you've been wanting to implement in your business. Again, every video I put out, I hope that there's tremendous value, and the only reason I'm doing it is for you guys as the agents, as the business people, to be able to start including some of this stuff in your business. So if you got any speck of value from this, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. And also, if you guys want to see more chatbot videos, whatever they are, whether that be setting things up, whether it's like the follow-up, or where like we can put my lead information. So when somebody puts their phone number and their name, if you collected email, the tobacco questions, these are all like user inputs. So you can actually take them from the chatbot, use something called Zapier to move them over into a CRM or a Google Sheet automatically, so that you don't have to like spend your time going through Messenger. So there's a lot that can go into that. If that's something that you're interested in seeing, just drop chatbot in the comments. And if we get enough, then I'll continue to make videos on this. But seriously guys, I've made a ton of videos and I really want to continue to make content on a regular basis, but I want to know what you guys want to learn more about. So please leave me any feedback in the comments about what you liked or maybe disliked about this video so I know where to head with my channel, but also about what type of content you want to see going forward. I really want to get to the point where I can make 2 videos a week, and right now in 2020 I made 2 videos in 3 months. So I've got a lot more work to do and I'm ready to do it. I just want to know where you guys want me to take this channel. All right, cool. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one.